Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Game Week 16 League 2 score predictions versus Cambridge United fan Alfie, or better known on YouTube as Ads. Now, if we start out by having a look at how myself and Charlton Athletic fan Tyler Rowlinson got on last week, as you can see, I had a pretty solid week. Certainly one of my better ones. I think my joint second best of the season so far. I have now overtaken the guess on points. If you have a look, Tyler is the first guest to not get a single result correct. He did get an accurate score. He did predict that Cheltenham Town won, Bromley FC won, but as you can see, I got two accurate scores as well. I predicted Harrogate Town won, Morecambe 2, crazy game. Morecambe won that in the 96th minute, and I also accurately predicted Doncaster Rovers won, Notts County won. So I'm very happy with that. Delighted to finally get much better than 4s and 5s like what I have been doing over the last couple of weeks. But let's waste no further time and get into today's video.
Right, so I've been kindly invited to do some League 2 predictions for this weekend's games. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the predictions.
We'll start out firstly then with Accrington Stanley versus Swindon Town. Two teams who are down and around them relegation sort of places, but Accrington, they've been on a pretty decent run of form lately. 10 points picked up out of their last possible 15 available, coming off the back of a win and a draw as well. Swindon though, compared to them, they've lost 3 of their last 4, drawing the other game, just 1 point picked up out of their last possible 12 available. I do think though they're going to go to Accrington and frustrate them a little bit, so I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Let's see what Alfie thinks.
Now the first game we have Accrington versus Swindon. Now obviously you look at the form recently, Swindon currently sat just 22nd above the drop and Accrington sat 18th. Not much higher than Swindon. So yes, Swindon definitely looking to get a win, but Swindon have only won 1 in their last 5, whereas Accrington have won 3 and drawn 1 in their last 5. So I'm going to go for an Accrington win. 2-1 win.
Barrow AFC versus AFC Wimbledon is up next. Then Barrow looking to bounce back after their pretty dodgy run of form. 3 points picked up out of their last possible 15. 3 straight draws for them as well. Compared though to AFC Wimbledon, who had a very good start to the season, but that recent home defeat against Grimsby has certainly kind of slashed the wind in their sails. They've lost 3 of their last 4 matches as well. I'm actually going to back Barrow to get back at 2 winning ways in this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Stephen Clement's side. Let's see if Alfie agrees.
The next game we have Wimbledon versus Barrow. This is a mid-table clash. Wimbledon currently sat 14th, Barrow are in 11th. Barrow, however, are on poor form. They have not won a single game out of the last 5, whereas Wimbledon, 2 wins in the last 5. However, they have lost the last 2 games. I'm going to go for a Wimbledon win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Wimbledon away from home to Barrow. It's a long way to go, so they're going to put on a performance for the fans, definitely.
Bromley FC versus Carlisle United is up next. Then Bromley have recently started to become a little bit hard to beat. 5 points picked up out of their last possible 9. Just 1 defeat in their last 5. Compared though to Carlisle, who obviously have been really poor under Mike Williamson. Got a late winner away at Salford on Saturday. Beat Morecambe in midweek as well. I see this game finishing even Stevens. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Let's see what Alfie thinks.
The next game is Bromley versus Carlisle. Now Carlisle are in the relegation drop with Morecambe. However, they did beat Morecambe in the Papa John's Trophy 2-1 last night as of filming this. So they are on a good run of form, kind of. They've won 1 out of the last 5 league games. Yeah, they're definitely looking to go out of the relegation zone. However, Bromley is not an easy place to go. You know what? I'm going to set one a draw for this one. I'm going to go 1-1.
Colchester United versus my team Bradford City up next. Then recently in the league, we have really been struggling. Back-to-back defeats and just a draw before that. 1 point picked up out of our last possible 9 available is simply not good enough. And there's a little bit of a gap now starting to form between us and that top 3. We're 5 points away from it at the moment, and our recent run of form would not suggest we're going to be turning that around anytime soon. Colchester though, they've had a really poor start to the season. 3 draws and 2 defeats in their last 5 matches. Just 2 wins in their opening 14. 2 points above the drop zone, but we've been shocking away from home so far this season. Just the 2 away wins. I think 4 defeats out of 7 or 8 games. It's not been good enough away from home so far this campaign. I think there's going to be goals though in this one. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Let's see what Alfie thinks about my team.
Now the next one is Colchester versus Bradford. This is a hard one to predict because if Bradford win, then they do go into the playoffs depending on other results. But I don't know, Bradford are a little bit weird to predict. I think I'm going to go for a draw as well on this one. I think it's going to be a 2-2. I think it's going to be a lot of goals. Obviously Colchester striker Lyle Taylor used to be at us.
Crewe Alexandra versus Notts County has to be one of the games of the weekend, you could say. Neither side have lost in their last last 5 matches, they've won 2 and drawn 3. That is the exact same for both sides. Crewe, though, are a very, very good team at home. Obviously, they're 5th in the table. Notts County up in 3rd. I'm going to back Lee Bell's side to pick up another 3 points, and Notts County's unbeaten run will finally come to an end. They've only lost 2 of their opening 15 matches, but I think they're going to get another defeat in this one. I'm going to go 2-1 to the home side. Let's see what Alfie thinks.
Now, the next one is Crewe versus Notts County. A tough game where both teams are looking to win. Crewe obviously have started the season really well. So have Notts County. Notts County sat in 3rd. Crewe sat in 5th. Crewe at home, I think they might do it. I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 Crewe win against Notts County.
Doncaster Rovers versus Salford City. I think it'll be a pretty straightforward home win for Grant McCann's side. Doncaster obviously sat up in 4th at the moment, level on points with 2nd place, but goal difference has really hindered them so far this season. They have conceded 17 goals in their opening 15. It has just been the 2 wins in their last 5, but you compare to Salford City, who were on a really good run of form before that recent home defeat against Carlisle. So it goes to show that sometimes form does not mean everything. I do think Doncaster, though, will win this one pretty comfortably. I'm going to go 2-0. Let's see if Alfie agrees.
The next game, Doncaster versus Salford. Doncaster at home, they're in the playoffs. I think they're going to get a comfortable win. 3-1 win I think Doncaster are going to get.
Before we do go any further though with today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? That would be massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your score predictions in down in the comment section down below. How do you think your side will get on this weekend? Harrogate Town versus Chesterfield FC is up next then. Harrogate coming off the back of a really poor run of form. 1 point picked up out of their last possible 12 available. 3 straight league defeats for them now, and they're only 4 points above the drop zone. Compared to Chesterfield, who obviously be looking to bounce back after that shocking result at home to Accrington in their recent match. They've scored 28 goals so far this season, but they have also conceded the 18. They need to tighten up a little bit defensively. I do think they'll get another 3 points in this game. I'm going to go 3-1 to Paul Cook's side. Let's see if Alfie agrees.
Harrogate versus Chesterfield. Now, Chesterfield are one of them teams where 1 week they're going to be playing amazing and the next week they're going to be playing shocking. So Chesterfield are a hard team to predict. Away to Harrogate, not an easy place to go, but I do think they'll get the win. I'm going for a little 1-0 away win at Harrogate for Chesterfield.
MK Dons versus Cheltenham Town is up next then. Milton Keynes have won their last 4 matches, 6 points away from top of the league. I'm still backing them to win the title this season. Under Scott Lindsay, they have been absolutely flying. Even last week, despite an early setback against Swindon, they did manage to turn it around in the end. And I think with Cheltenham, you look at their recent form, 8 points picked up out of their last possible 12 available is really good, but I see them kind of crumbling a little bit in this one. Their young side, I do think they are going to struggle. I'm going to go 4-0 to Scott Lindsay's men. Let's see what Alfie thinks.
MK Dons versus Cheltenham. They're at home. I expect them to win, but obviously MK Dons are the bogey team in the whole of football. They are the bogey team. So every time you predict them to win, they're not going to win. But I'm going to predict them to win. I think they'll beat Cheltenham. I think it'll be a 2-0 home win for MK Dons.
Morecambe FC versus Port Vale is up next then. Morecambe obviously absolutely buzzing after their recent league win against Harrogate, but threw away an EFL Trophy victory against Carlisle. Obviously bottom of the table, just 2 points though from safety now. They really are giving it a fight so far this season. Port Vale though, obviously top of the league. They went on an unbelievable run before going away to Gillingham and losing. Gillingham, who obviously hadn't won for like 6 matches. It goes to show how crazy football can be, but Port Vale have only conceded the 16 goals so far this season. A lot of their goals have been pretty close. In this game though, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Darren Moore's side. Let's see if Alfie agrees.
Now this one, Morecambe versus Port Vale. Port Vale, obviously league leaders. They're playing some amazing football this season. And Morecambe, bottom of the league. I'm going to go for a Port Vale win. If anything other happens, then I'm sure the Port Vale fans and players will kick themselves because they're playing bottom of the league Morecambe, who they realistically should beat. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 Port Vale win. I think they should just steam through them. But you never know these days with football. It could go the other way. Morecambe could get a surprise result and surprise everyone.
Newport County versus Grimsby Town is the final game for us to go through and preview in today's video, with Tranmere Rovers and Fleetwood Town being postponed, and Walsall FC versus Gillingham FC also being postponed due to international call-ups. But before we do that, I think there was a game that was played a couple of weeks ago, which was actually one of Luca's games. I haven't updated it on the score predictions yet, but I'll make sure that's updated for the next game because we did do our score predictions before the match. I don't think either of us got the accurate score, but I'm pretty pretty sure one of us got an accurate result. I've only just remembered that whilst recording. In terms of Newport versus Grimsby though, the Exiles are currently sat 15th in the table, 1 win, 1 draw and 3 defeats in their last 5 matches. Grimsby absolutely flying at 7th in the table in the playoffs at the moment, still yet to draw a game, 8 wins, 0 draws, 7 defeats, 19 goals scored, 25 conceded. They're in the playoffs with a -6 goal difference at this moment in time. Newport have been really good though at home for the large part so far this season, so I'm going to back them for a 2-1 win. And for the final time in today's video, let's see what Alfie thinks.
And the last game, due to the other 2 being postponed, is Newport versus Grimsby. See, Grimsby are currently sat 7th, whereas Newport sat 15th. But Newport at home, I'm going to go for an away win. Grimsby to win, Grimsby to beat Newport. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win to Grimsby. Now, Tranmere v Fleetwood and Walsall v Gillingham have been postponed, so we cannot predict that. But yeah, that wraps off my League 2 predictions. And if I'm so far off, I'm so sorry. I'm a League 1 fan. I've been invited onto the channel to do some League 2 predictions. I appreciate the invite, but you League 2 fans, if I'm saying some stuff that's absolutely crazy, don't shoot me. I'm just here to do some predictions, boys. But yeah, I'll be keeping up to date with the League 2 predictions and I'll see how wrong or how right I'm going to be. But I appreciate the invite onto the channel. It's now down to Saturday to see how many I get right.
And there we have it then. There are mine and Alfie's Game Week 16 League 2 score predictions. If you have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? That'd be massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your score predictions in down in the comment section down below. As always, I will leave a link to the guest channel down in the description. Make sure to go over and subscribe. A really underrated YouTuber in my opinion. If you're interested in League 1 content, obviously Cambridge in a little bit of a relegation battle at the moment, so it is really entertaining over there. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you very soon for another one.